Hello friends, and welcome back to another 29 before 29. I hope you are enjoying this series so far. I know that I am enjoying filming these videos and having a bit of fun. If you are new around here, if you're tuning in, if this is your first video you're watching, I have set myself the challenge to film 29 videos before I turn 29. They are a range of videos. They range from fashion to teaching to lifestyle. We're just having a bit of fun around here, celebrating my last 29 days of being a 28-year-old before I turn 29. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I use my iPad at school. I'm going to be showing you a few of the different apps that I really love to use and how I incorporate it into my teaching. So first off, this is my iPad. It's just, I think it's one of the Gen 5 ones. Our school very graciously gives us an iPad because we are a BYOD school. So that means all of my kids have iPads to use in the classroom. So I kind of need to know how to use this baby and how to teach with it. One of the big things that I do to teach with it is we do a lot of our publishing on their iPads. So I have a lot of publishing apps on the iPad that we like to use, and I do have my favorites, so I will show you that now. I'm going to break this into a few categories into what I use my iPad for. The first category is classroom management, and I have 3 apps that I really love to use for my classroom management, and they are Be Seated, Classroom, and Class Dojo. Now, I know Class Dojo isn't allowed in some schools, but we are still allowed Class Dojo in our school, and I really enjoy using it as a behavior management system for my kids. So I won't really talk about Class Dojo too much, but I will talk about the other 2 apps, especially this app called Classroom app. So what Classroom app does is an app made by Apple to help you to monitor the iPads in your classroom. It works on a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi system, and basically what it means is that you can see what your kids are looking at any exact moment. You can see their screens, you can push information out to them, you can airdrop, you can AirPlay things to your iPad or to your board. It's a really clever app, and it is absolutely fantastic, especially if you have some behavior in your room that you might not be able to trust some of your kids with what they're actually doing on the iPad. This is a fantastic app to use in your classroom space. Now, you can only see what's on their screens if your iPad is in the vicinity of them. So obviously if they go home, you can't see what is on their iPad at home. You can only see it when it is in Bluetooth and connected to the same Wi-Fi. So the app looks like this on my screen. And when I click on it, opens up all of the different classes I have. Now, I'm not actually going to click into any of those classes because you can see the students' names and profile pictures, but I will create a new class for you just for you to see. So when I create a new class, it comes up like this. I can choose the class name and choose their little profile picture, and it just comes up on my tab there. So when I click on this now, it's going to come up with a whole range of different things, and I'll turn it on its side so you can hopefully see a little bit more clearly. Some things I really love on this app is you can lock all of their iPads. So if they're working away on their iPads, you can lock them so you can get their attention. You can mute all of their iPads so that there's no sound on them. And my favorite one is you can see their screens and you can see what they are doing at any given time. So a great app for a great behavior management system, and just a whole heap of different capabilities that you can do. I would encourage you, if you are looking at, if you're a BYOD school and don't have that app, or if you are looking at getting iPads in your classroom, or you just have a class set of iPads, go and have a look at some videos on YouTube about the Classroom app, because it is absolutely fantastic. I wouldn't want to be in a classroom without it because it's just brilliant. The other app that I use is this app called Be Seated. So pretty much the Be Seated app is just an app that you can arrange your seating positions. So you can input your class, you can put them all into desks, and then arrange different desks in different positions. And it's great for just working out configurations of where you want all of your kids to be and if they'll actually fit in your space. The next lot of apps are my processing apps, or my publishing apps that I like to use. So I actually really love the Google apps. I love them, they're fantastic. I have a whole folder on my iPad dedicated to the Google apps, and they are all of the Google apps that I have. So we work in Docs, Sheets, is it called Sheets? Yes, it's called Sheets and Slides. And the reason I love them is they automatically link to our students' Google accounts. So all work is always saved and they can access it from anywhere they like. So if they forget their iPad I can give them my iPad and say, sign into your account, you can get your assignment, or they can go onto a school computer. So I try to get my kids to work solely in all of the Google apps because it saves automatically. Just helps us with all of that time management, which is so fantastic. So that is one reason why I love the Google apps. Pages and the Apple apps are great. They're fantastic, and I know they're automatically on the iPads, but the Google apps are something that I absolutely love because they save automatically to their Google Drive. The other app that I've played with a little bit but don't have a lot of experience in is this one, which is called Idosio, and that is a planning app. I decided last year to try my hand at digital planning. I didn't love it too much, but I actually really loved the app. There's a whole heap of different capabilities you can do with it, with assessment and inputting assessment and data and all of those kind of things, which would be really great. So if you're looking for a digital planner, I would recommend Idosio. I think it is, you've got to pay for it. I think it is like an $18 or $20 app to download, but it is really, really good if you're looking for a great digital planner. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip the camera around and show you the rest of what is on my iPad instead of me trying to hold it up and how I've got my iPad configured, and just talk you through how I've got things set out. So this is how I've got my iPad set out, and a whole range of different things. So I don't really have any personal apps on here. It's mainly just all for school because kids also use my iPad if they forget something. The only really personal apps I have is my emails down here, which I can get onto my work emails, but everything else is pretty much school related. So like I said, I actually have them all in alphabetical order because I find it a whole lot easier to find instead of just having them all jumbled up or in another specific order. So I've got my Be Seated app up here, I've got the Bible, I've got my camera, I've got Class Dojo, and I've got the Classroom app. Then I've got things like Seesaw, which I'm still working out how to use. We didn't use Seesaw in online learning, so I'm still playing with that. And I've got the Teach Casada app, and of course I've got Zoom. Now in my little folders down here are where more of the magic happens. So I've got this folder here, which is everything to do with like creating an art. I love Pinterest for ideas and just searching for things. Procreate is something that we use as well, and I know the kids love using Procreate. It's not a mandatory app, but it's something that I find is handy to have. Obviously YouTube as well, photos, and Canva is great, and we do a little bit on Canva with the kids as well. You can get an educational Canva app where if you're an educator, you can actually get the Canva Pro subscription for free, which is awesome. We love that. In this one is just all of the other apps that I use, just settings and just all the boring stuff. Over here is my education apps and apps that I use regularly. So ones like Cam Scanner, Calculator, Dice Roller, Flipgrid, I absolutely love. Flipgrid is fantastic. So Flipgrid is an app that the kids can record videos, and then you can watch those videos and have a discussion on them. Great for online learning. This one is really, really good. Other ones, Green Screen is great for filming. Kahoot, Penultimate, and Explain Everything are two whiteboard apps, and we use whiteboard apps a lot in our classroom just for note-taking and other things like that. So those two are ones that are really good for that. My next folder is obviously all of my Google things there, except for OneNote. Obviously that's Microsoft, but that was just the best place to put it. My next folder is all of our photo and videos things. So Photo Booth, iMovie, Clips, and GarageBand. And then my last folder is all of my Apple products in there. So Pages, Numbers, Keynote, Notes, Reminders, and Books. And that is my iPad. Oh, the sun's coming across into the spot. Sorry about that. So pretty much I use my iPad on a daily basis in my classroom. I will AirPlay things onto my board so the kids can see my work. It is great for like those whiteboard apps. I find really great because you can be scribbling on your iPad while it's AirPlaying to the board, and you can be anywhere in the classroom at any time. I find that really fantastic because it really means that you can teach from anywhere in the classroom instead of being stuck at the board all the time. Or you can be at your desk, or you can be at a child's desk. Easy to take a photo of their work and AirPlay it to the board as well so that people can see. You can do examples and other things like that. There's so many different things that you can do with an iPad, and I just really love it, having it as an amazing teaching tool to use in my classroom. I think I will leave this vlog here. short and sweet today, but if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section below, because I didn't really delve too deep on what I do in my iPad, but it was really just giving you a little bit of a taster of how I use it in my classroom. So if you'd like to know any more, please drop a comment below and we will chat about it there, and I might even create a second video in our 29 before 29, or maybe even later on in the year, explaining a little bit more of what I do or showing you some practical examples. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.